Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. Hello and welcome. If you are returning, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. My channel has grown quite a bit in the month of August and I am so excited about that. So grateful for it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back, continuing to watch my videos. Thank you. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what we plan to do for homeschooling this year. So if you are new or you just don't know, I have a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old. My 3.5-year-old will be 4 in November. We haven't fully decided if we're planning on sending him to public school or if we're going to continue to homeschool. All we know is that because of when his birthday is and the cutoff for the school, he would not be able to go to kindergarten until he's nearly 6. And he's a very smart boy. He's super interested in learning new things and we just don't want him to sit around and wait for 2 years to start some sort of schooling. So figured that we would go ahead and start homeschooling now, see where he is, how he does, and just kind of reassess, I guess, leading up to kindergarten and seeing how he's doing. I am certainly not opposed to homeschooling. I did go to public school myself. Unfortunately, I didn't have the greatest time. I was bullied really bad in school, and so that was my experience, and I don't want my kids to go through that. My husband, on the other time, had an amazing time in school, and he loved everything about his school and his friends and all of that. We both went to small schools, so I don't think the size of the school, like, they were comparable, so we just had different experiences. He's also not opposed to our kids being homeschooled. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of test it out and see how it goes. Also, before I get into it, I know I'm kind of chatting a lot, but I did purchase a curriculum for Ryder. It's not necessary at all, and I know that. We feel as parents that putting money or investing into our kids' education is important. So yes, the curriculum was just over $100. We want to invest in his education and his learning and push him to be the greatest that he can be, basically. So we're okay with spending that kind of money. Now, some people might say you can find so many free resources online for that age group. Why spend the money when it's free? And if you don't want to spend the money, there are so many free resources. Check out Pinterest. Even Etsy has some like really inexpensive stuff. You can Google free printables and all of that. I know myself, and I know that I would continuously question if I'm giving him enough education in a certain area or not. We would do really well for a few weeks, and then I would probably feel like I'm not doing enough or I'm not doing things in the right area, likely get overwhelmed by that, and then fizzle off, and I don't want that to happen. I want to give Ryder the best possible experience he can have. So I know that for me as a parent helping him, I needed a curriculum to follow. Now, there are so many different curriculums, and I'm sure that there are some that are way more affordable, way cheaper than the ones that we chose. We did go with a Christian-based curriculum because that matters to us. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. Again, this is our first time doing it. It's just what we are doing. I have been researching homeschooling and different techniques and curriculums and things to do since 2020. I had a lot of free time and I watched a lot of YouTube. I was pregnant at the time, so I knew that my future could possibly lead down the homeschooling path, again because of my own public school experience. So I started watching other moms and homeschool videos and all of the things, and it's really intrigued me and excited me this whole time. Also, a little side note, I can talk for literally years about anything, but a little side note is I always wanted to be a teacher growing up, and that's actually what I originally went to college for. I was going to be a high school Spanish teacher. I don't know Spanish, you guys. There's a reason I did not follow that path. I thought I knew Spanish. I was really good in Spanish in high school, and then when I got to college I realized that I was good for my school, but once I got to college I was pretty behind. And then I went to Iowa State, and to start with I didn't end up graduating from there, but I did go there, and they get you in the classrooms right away. Like my second semester in college, I was in the classroom shadowing, not student teaching, but similar thing. And I was going to high schools around the Iowa State area, and these kids knew more about Spanish and could speak better Spanish than myself. At the time, I was so overwhelmed that I'm like, well, obviously this isn't for me, and so I switched my major and ended up leaving school and finishing my degree later anyway. But all of that to say, I've always wanted to be a teacher. It's always been exciting for me. When I was in high school, I actually did a mentorship program with my Spanish teacher, but that included like grading papers and helping with lesson plans a little bit and like being in the classroom, and I really enjoyed that. So this is a little dabble into what my dream was that I never got to fulfill. Let's get into it. First, I'm going to share with you the curriculum that we chose, and then a few extra things as well. For curriculum, we decided to go with The Good and the Beautiful, which is a Christian-based homeschool setup curriculum. The website was so easy to follow. They have different categories. They break it down by age or like grade level. So I went with the, what is it, the preschool one. There's also a prep for kindergarten, I think, which we'll probably do next year, and then there's a kindergarten one, unless he does like really well with this year and we decide to skip the prep for kindergarten and just go into kindergarten. I will determine that next year. Again, got the preschool course book, and I haven't looked through it a ton. I have like just glanced through it, but it looks pretty simple. A lot of letter recognition, which is good. He knows his ABCs and he can recognize some letters, but definitely not all of them. There are 90 lessons in this book. The book says like some of them will take longer, some of them won't take long at all. There are recommended resources, and then for each unit, there's like units and then lessons within that unit. It tells you what you're going to be learning about. So letters A, B, C, and D, colors, numbers, and colors are going to be so easy. He's known those for a long time. Pencil grip and motor skills. There are, it's kind of like a parent guide with an activity for the kids to do. So that's really exciting. There is cutting practice, which I am excited. Like, he's never done anything with scissors before, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, this looks like it looks very appropriate for his age and where I feel he's at, just like as a parent, knowing what he knows and what he doesn't know. I like that a lot. There's also these preschool practice sheets to go along with it, with all of the letters. There are like simple, so this one, for example, M is for mouse. Maisie the mouse made a mini batch of orange marmalade. So learning that M, recognizing the M, letter matching, a whole just a lot of different practice sheets. I also did, this was an extra, this was not part of the like preschool coursework, and it's I Can Spy Mammals and Nature, and it's just a little like learning activity book about mammals, kind of an I Spy. So here are the images, find them in the picture, kind of like the highlight books, you know, that we used to do as kids. Our doctor's office had them a lot. So the preschool was broken up into like pretty much only 2 sections, where it was like the language arts learning, which is like the course book that I already showed you, and then there was science, and there were 3 different options for science. I decided to go with the Sparks and the Stars one. He's really interested in planets, and I think this one is the best for him. It did say on the website that the recommendation was to move through this, but then if the child is like really interested and you get through faster, to maybe purchase another one. So we will see how he does with this, and then we might purchase those other ones, or maybe we purchase one and kind of work on that during the summer a little bit. I don't know. Ryder is definitely going to guide us this year. There is a parent guide, which just tells you what you should do, what you should say, what you should talk about with them, the questions you should ask, things like that. And then there's this big book of stories, of science stories. Yeah, this is like what you work on together and read as you go through the parent guide. The last thing with the curriculum that it came with is the folder activities, Mouse House folder activities. And my understanding is that the parent guide or the coursework book will tell you when to pull these out. Maybe I am mistaken. If you've done The Good and the Beautiful before, maybe you can let me know. But it's oh, I guess it's not the Mouse House activity, that's like this activity. So it's just like the folders activity is the name of this binder, and it all came in a binder, but pretty much it's a folder. So this is the Mouse House activity, and then it has a thing to do. Yeah, so it says there's this pack this one I'm guessing is the Mouse House. So it's this pack right here of what goes in the folders, and it says punch out the Mouse House activities, and then you just like follow the instructions in this folder, and then everything stays in this folder if you want to go back and do it later. That is everything I have for the formal curriculum through the Good and the Beautiful. They did have some other options of some different board books, and I didn't get any of those. Again, they had the other science options, and then I think they maybe had like some extra handwriting books, and I didn't get those because I have something else for that. When I was pregnant with Ryder and adding things to my registry, I found this book. It's Baby Dinosaur, Learn Your Letters and Numbers, and I did not see the for preschoolers when I added it to my baby registry. And so someone bought this for me, and I've held on to it for almost, well, more than 4 years now because I got it before he was born. But basically it's just like a baby dinosaur. It's letters, learning to write, learning to spell. So let's see, letter and number tracing practice for kids, pen control, mazes, and coloring. So I have this book for him as well as like a handwriting book. That's why I didn't buy one from the curriculum thing, because I've just been holding on to this. In a recent video, some of you may have seen, I actually got these on rings. So these are just flashcards that I put on a binder ring, hole punched, put on a binder ring. So this one is like feelings and simple words for him to learn how to read. These are different letters, and I, as the parent, would take them off of here, create a word, and then we would go over that and the sounds of the word. This stack is number with an item, so like one digger, or this one is a shape, so it's an oval, it'd be one lemon. Learning words like over and under. I purchased this from the Target dollar spot. It's another preschool handwriting book, so I really did not need to purchase the one with the curriculum. Some of the same stuff, just not a coloring book. That one's just handwriting. So I have all of that. And then the last thing I have for learning, somebody my dad works with gives us all of her kids hand-me-down clothes and shoes, and occasionally she'll also give us toys and books and things like that. She just gave us a whole lot of trucks, and in it, in the box or the bag that she gave, was this matching game. I have not opened it up to make sure all of the pieces are here yet. I don't think that she would give this to us if they weren't all here, but I do want to check. I think that will be good for Ryder to learn like memorization. I do also have some puzzles. He's been doing these for a while, just 2 pieces of a puzzle, and one puzzle piece is like a pink cup, and then the other piece is the word pink in pink, and putting those together. So that is all for curriculum. Now I will share with you school supplies. I was not going to purchase any school supplies, but my mom felt that Ryder needed some new stuff for his school years. So she looked at some of the local schools and what they would need for preschool, and came up with a list, asked me if there was anything else that I would want, and she took him shopping for his school supplies. So first I had gotten him these like kid safe scissors for cutting practice, and then a while ago I bought little whiteboards. I forgot to grab them to show you, but they're like the size of a sheet of paper, whiteboards for the boys to color on, and then one side has the lines of paper for writing. So Ryder got a pack of some Expo markers and some different colors. He just has a couple of the plain colored ones, and he picked everything out, and he picked blue for everything. So a folder to put his stuff in, a couple of binders. This one is 1.5 inch, and this one is 1 inch. A big stack of construction paper, which is good because we're getting low on that. Glue, both glue sticks and some regular Elmer's glue. Crayons, a pencil box or crayon box to put all of his stuff in. I don't know why he chose blue. He's never told me that his favorite color is blue or anything, but apparently yesterday when shopping it was. And then some watercolor paints with some extra paint brushes. It does look like there's one in there, but he will have a variety. Markers. And then this is something I asked for. She said, does the teacher need anything else? And I asked for a pack of printer paper. The boys like to color and do daubers and stuff. We have like the marker dauber things. They like to do that just on plain paper sometimes, so having that will be helpful. Now, I don't have anything formal for Noah, but I do plan on including him, you know, talking to him, especially when we're doing colors and numbers or ABCs, just, you know, learning every day. He's not super interested in just sitting down and doing stuff like that. Maybe he'll color while we're doing school, things of that nature. So nothing for him formally yet this year. But he just turned 2 in June, so give him another year to just play. Something else I have recently started is at night for bedtime, instead of reading the boys like their own board books, which we still do, but I also have been reading a chapter book out loud, something simple, more on the kids side of things, so it's easy to understand, but something more than just a few words on the page, so they can hear new words and they can listen to a story and all of those things. And they've really enjoyed it. And then I will pull it out sometimes at lunchtime and read to them if I'm not hungry and not eating, but they're having lunch. Sometimes for quiet time, we will sit down and read a chapter first before letting them watch a show or anything like that for quiet time. And then on the nights that Anthony takes the boys to bed, he has other books he reads to them, so then the book I'm reading to them I'll read throughout the day, so we can continue to have that during the time. I remember doing this in school. Specifically, I remember 3rd grade doing this. We would have lunch and then we'd come back to our classroom and our teacher would read us a book while we like rested our heads for a little bit or colored or something, just to like rest a little bit and reset your body for the rest of the day. I know as a kid I really enjoyed it. I like when you're doing something so simple. Anthony has done this a lot. He'll I have like hip back problems, and he'll like massage my lower back for me while he's reading. He's done that forever. Maybe he'll be embarrassed that I'm sharing that, but I love when somebody reads to me. It's just so calming. So I'm continuing that for my kids. Last night we just finished Charlotte's Web and they really liked that, and so I decided for our second book to get Winnie the Pooh. I was a big fan of Winnie the Pooh growing up, and I thought that this would be a good one. My next purchase for the books reading aloud is I'm going to do the Little House on the Prairie series. Those books though come in a box set, and the box set is a little pricey, so I'm holding out for that a little bit. This one was very inexpensive. Charlotte's Web was like $5 for the print version. I will also share with you the things I got for our homeschool room space. It's going to be in the basement where the boys' playroom is. You will see this video before you see me put all of this up, because I'm also currently painting the basement and getting it all ready to go. I'm also keeping an eye out on Marketplace to see if I can find like a kids table and chairs, because that would be really helpful down there. For the space, I grabbed one of these pocket folders for the calendar, and it came with all of the days, all of that. So it has like, today is this day, yesterday was this day, tomorrow is this. Came with years, so apparently this came out last year, but it has 2024, 2025, all the way through 2028. If I want to keep doing this and use the same calendar thing for the next 4 years, I can without having to purchase a new one. This was $10 for all of the cards and the holder for it, which isn't bad at all. I thought it was going to be more than that. In like my dream life, I would have a bulletin board downstairs I could decorate too, but oh, it actually goes through 2029. I just found another one here. So then it has all of the months, and I don't know, something that goes along with the month, like a heart for February and Santa for December. So all of those are there. I just opened this up, so I haven't taken any of them out of the package, but they all do come out. There are some squares to put in like the different days for special events, like a field trip, a birthday, just a special day. This one looks like a Christmas special day specifically. There are days of the week I see here. The other ones are on the years, but there's also like the days of the week with the abbreviation, it looks like, and the whole word, and then of course the numbers for all of the days of the month to fill it in and make your calendar. I also did buy some laminating sheets. I have a laminator. I've had that for a very long time. I either got it when, I think we might have bought it when Anthony and I were still dating, before we even got married. Potentially before we were even engaged, we had it. So would that be 7 years ago? And I just got those laminating sheets for whatever I may need them for. If I find any other like printables that I want to just print myself and then laminate them and hang them up or anything like that. But I did find this pack of things that I'm going to hang up on a wall downstairs to make it feel like a classroom, and then it's also a learning opportunity. So I will very quickly just go through these with you. So this one is the alphabet. We have a big days of the week, months of the year, a map of the United States, map of the continents, weather. This is specifically why I got this pack, because I want us to look at the weather and then have Ryder tell me what it is like outside. We have one with shapes, numbers, all of the numbers to 100, so he can visualize that and what tens, let's see on this side, what like tens, multiples of tens look like. Colors, this really is just fulfilling my dream of having a classroom. The solar system, I think he'll really like that one. This one does also have classroom rules, which include prepare to learn, be positive, always do your best, believe in yourself, be respectful, ask questions, be honest, work hard and have fun, and always be kind. My body and different parts of my body. Time, looks like it has a clock, AM, PM, all of those things. That's awesome. An emotions page and money. So this is a really good set. I think this was also maybe $10 or less, maybe $8. Just kidding, this one was more expensive. I must have found one that was smaller that I was thinking of that only had like the months and the dates, and that's where I was getting that price from. This pack was $25, but there's a lot here. And they're big sheets, like this is bigger than a sheet of paper for reference. So they're good size. They are already like laminated. You can hear that. It's not just paper. They're very heavy duty. They're shiny. So in order for me to get these printed off somewhere, like make these and print them off somewhere, it's going to cost probably about the same to have them printed on good quality paper and laminated and all of that anyway, and these will be good for many years to come. That was $25. The calendar was $10. I don't know how much all the school supplies cost because I didn't purchase them. Spent like $5 at Target on those different cards, and then the homeschool curriculum was $114 after shipping and all of that. If you happen to be interested in purchasing these things, I can leave as many of them linked down below as I can find. I don't earn any commission or anything on the good and the beautiful. I can just leave their website linked. I do earn a very, very small commission on anything purchased from Amazon. So if you do purchase from there, just know that I might make, also depends on eligible items, and I don't really understand how it works, but I could possibly make a little bit off of that. So I do appreciate you if you use that link, but definitely not necessary. I'll just leave them down there in case you're interested. I'm also going to share with you what they needed for, what both boys needed for fall clothes, like to get them through the next season, but not everything has arrived yet. So I will be back sitting here to show you all of that once it's here, but if I'm in a different outfit, that will be why. I've only had one thing come in yet, and that stuff I also did not purchase. My mom had asked me, what do the boys need? So when I went through their clothes the other day, I gave her a list and said, here's what they need, purchase what you would like, let me know what you don't, and she ended up getting everything for them. So thank you, Mom. That was very nice of you. I will see you back here when I have all of their stuff to show you. I did do just a little bit of prep with all of this the same day that I was showing all of this to you, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw this in the video. Pretty much I just got Ryder's little box ready, and then I have these zipper bags that I just kind of put everything that we would use only together, as in like Ryder and I would use together, into the zipper pouch and just put it on my shelf for now until I figure out a better system for it, I guess. And then all of the calendar pieces came like stuck together like this, so I wanted to go ahead and get it taken apart. And then I have these containers out here. I actually ended up not using them in the end, but that's okay. I thought I would like it, but it ended up just being a little bit too much. I will say that I made a comment about how cheap this was, and when I was taking apart these different pieces, it did kind of pull away some of the paper from the like outer lining stuff that I was pulling off of there, you know. I think to the point that I couldn't use it though. And I just rubber banded like items together, and again, later just put it all in one spot instead of having the different containers for it. I will have more of like homeschool prep, especially with the curriculum, coming up in a video that will be up, I believe, next week for you guys. It has been a few days, I think 2 days, since I last like showed what we're doing for homeschool. For you, it's been like 10 seconds, but for me, it's been a couple days. So I have a box of clothes that my kids needed for fall. They were all purchased by my mom, which I mentioned. She did say that there are some pajamas coming like later in the week, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I have here so that I can get it washed and put away and all of those things. And then once those pajamas come in, I'll just show them in like a daily vlog or something. So first of all, Noah needed boots. If you have kiddos that struggle with putting boots on, I highly recommend these ones that have the front flap. Hold on, throw this loud. The front flap that like opens all the way to get their foot in there instead of the zipper ones. They work so much better. She requested this style when I told her that we needed boots. We have a pair that will fit Ryder, so we are good for him. And I didn't look through snow pants or coats, but I'm pretty sure we have everything. And Ryder needed like a fleece type jacket. Okay, I keep saying needed. We most certainly could have gotten by with what we have. I wanted these few things for them to get through the fall. In a coat Ryder got a couple years ago for winter time, it had like a lining fleece little jacket thing. He's grown out of that now and it fits Noah, but when we had that, or as we've had that, it's been so nice for the days where it's a little too cold to just wear a sweatshirt, but you would be sweating if you wore like a full-on coat. A fleece jacket, she went all fancy and got a Columbia version, but it's just like an actual little fleece. It looks so big, but it's really not that big on him, which is crazy. He is growing so fast. This is actually a youth extra small. I'm not going to take them all out, but this box has socks for Ryder. I guess I can take like one pair out. We prefer tall socks because like the boys just don't like when their socks fall off of them. I prefer black just because they don't get like dirty and ruined as easily. And then I found these ones that are colored so that I know the difference between Ryder and Noah's, although the size will be able to determine that, but you know, just easier. It's also easier for Ryder if I say grab the black socks with the colored stripes on them. He'll know what I'm talking about. And then these ones are for Noah. These are the ones that we've had for my kids, the same style and type since they could walk. They are like the higher black ones with white grippies on the bottom. I think the grippies are great for little ones that don't have great control of their body, are just learning how to walk, especially if you have a home with a lot of hard floors. We really liked having these for them. And my kids they don't like to wear shoes, and I don't blame them because I don't either. When we go outside and they're wearing socks, we have these little like truck things that they ride on, and they'll like go and drag their feet behind them, and then their socks will get holes in them. So we go through a lot of socks. As far as shirts go, Noah is fine. He has plenty and a good variety. Ryder has a good amount of shirts, but they are all like neutrals, plain, and I'm not a mom that makes my kids wear neutral colors. I don't care. I want them to be happy, and so I would just wanted Ryder to have a few like fun shirts that he could pick from, because he does pick out his own clothes. Unless we are like going to an event where they need to look a little nicer, then I will pick something, but otherwise Ryder picks his own clothes. So 3 long sleeve shirts. This one is like a construction site. These are all the Children's Quicks brand. And he's in a 5 t-shirt. Airplane. And this last one is a train. For pants, Ryder was fine. We have plenty, a good variety, all of those things. Noah only has 3-4 pairs of pants that fit him, and I think I kept one pair that was like 18 to 24 months because they're a little longer, so he'll probably grow out of those soon too. So I asked if she could get 1 to 2 pairs of pants. She got 4 sweatpants. So this one that has triangles, these are so soft. A black one, a navy one, and a gray one. They're like so soft. Those are the kind of sweatpants I want to lounge in all winter long. And then there is 1 pair of pajamas here. So these are 40, so these are Noah's. So if you have young kids, maybe you feel the same way. I feel like pajamas run small. They're meant to be fitted, I know that, so they don't get like tangled up in anything while they're sleeping. But my kids are always in one size higher in pajamas than they are in their clothes, at least. As far as shirts are concerned, for pajamas, Noah is actually 2 sizes bigger. He's in a 4T. The pants might be a little long, but his other ones, like the sleeves are starting to come up and his belly is starting to show, and I don't want them to be uncomfortable. They have a good amount of pajamas, but they don't have anything like fall related, so I just happened to mention that to her. And so this one has like little trees on it and a bear and a little fox. They're cute. It is a different day, but the rest of the pajamas came before I have finished editing the video that you just watched. And so I figured I would just go ahead and add this clip at the end of all of the other pajamas that my mom got for the boys. The printer, hopefully that's not too loud, but I am working on some homeschool stuff today. So a matching, that is gonna be loud. Matching pajamas for the other pair, a set for each of the boys, and it has like pancakes and syrup and coffee with muffins and cereal, and it's in fall colors. That's so cute. So there is one pair for each of the boys in that same pattern, and then they actually had this pattern last year but in sizes that don't fit them. So we had last year a 2T and a 5T in this size, and this year my kids are in a 4T and 6. So just the 2 sizes that don't fit them anymore. But the pants have leaves, footballs, donuts, I think that's supposed to be like hot cocoa, squash, things like that. And then it's fall, y'all. So that's really sweet that these are the same. And I bet you my mom doesn't even know. Or maybe she does, I don't know. Maybe she didn't realize though that they had the same one last year. But because they don't get to wear them again, it's really sweet that we'll be able to see them in those again. So that makes 3 sets of pajamas for each boy on top of what they have. They already have Halloween ones. They have a couple of Christmas ones, so we are set. I am certain there are other back to school hauls that are much more exciting on YouTube, but I wanted to show like a realistic, this is all we actually really need, not an overconsumption type of a thing with you. Again, the only thing we actually needed was snow boots. Everything else is more of like, our lives would be a little more convenient if we had these things type of a thing. So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. You can also hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a video. I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday though, if you are looking forward to more videos. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.